হ্যাঁ, এবার তোমার কাছে আমার যে প্রশ্নটা ছিল যেটা মানে গতানুগতিক যে সিবিএসই ক্লাস 11 এর সিলেবাস তার মধ্যে এটা জিজ্ঞেস করা হয় না। ইট ইজ নট আস্কড ইন দ্য রেগুলার syllabus of CBSE for class 11 students. Itself, like thermodynamics is like a Achilles heel for class 11 students, right? And why I say so because you have to understand, like you are the experience of doing mathematics from class, let's say, some kind of advanced mathematics, which begins with algebra and all these kind of things, and ends up with trigonometry, and you still continue with that, right? Then you have mensuration and you have circles and everything, all these kind of things, right? In physics, you are hardly learning few equations, but the moment you come to class 11, you are not only taught different things, right? In physics and mathematics and chemistry. Every week, you're jumping into a new concept. It's like a boomerang. So it's pretty sure that you'll get lost. Okay. Now, CBSE recommends that we do activity programs. And I had asked you just a while ago that in summer months, people who cannot afford fridge, right? Which was mostly the case in the time when I was a student, right? I mean, getting a calculator was like a big issue for a lot of so-called middle class Bengali homes, right? It would be costing them, apart from the color TV, it would be costing them like 8,000 rupees. So having an ice cream from the fridge was like a oh my god. So we should depend on another pot and then the water would be poured in it, right? Some tube well water, which you don't see nowadays. And then somebody had to carry it over. So there was no somebody like, who's to give this drums of water filled nowadays that we see now. So wanted to go. So there was a way, holding the kalash and then put it on the shoulder, pump the tube, tube well oil, tube well tube, and then get the oil, fetch it out from the underground water, reservoirs, and then carry it over the shoulder, and then keep it or pour it into the earthen pot. Now, mostly we used to keep it in the pujo, which is the earthen pot, and it would give you not a very cold water, but cool water. And if you notice that you won't get or catch cold, right? It was good water that you could have. Alright? Now, what is happening over there? This is related to thermodynamics. Okay? Can you now say, Vaishali? What is your observation first? What happens? Like I was telling you that a lot of people are picking up plastic, 4-inch, 6-inch tubs to grow their plants. But people who have the experience, they will be using earthen tubs. not even the cement ones.
Hmm.
But exactly the earthen terms that if you hit with your finger will ring a bell. It sounds like a bell, That shows you the quality of
Yes, yes,
whatever baking, it has
yes.
gone through. Right? It sounds like a tongue or right?
Hmm.
Now, can you give us some insight on that?
I think in case of earthen pots, the clay material which is used, there are small pores on the surface of the pot. So the water which is kept inside the pot, some of the water evaporates from the clay surface, like baked earth, like
Yeah.
surface. So as the water evaporates, the temperature becomes lower than it was before, and so we get cool water.
Now, you'll be surprised to know that this is something known as Joule Thomson effect in thermodynamics. I repeat, it's called Joule Thomson effect. So, what is happening over here? When the water is going through the orifices of that clay, it is changing from a liquid to a vapor state, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So once that is happening, so it is happening at a constant temperature pressure.
Yes.
You agree with that? Okay. Now, while this is happening, so while the water is seeping through these orifices, right, you will see some kind of, you know, একটা ঘেমু ঘেমু ব্যাপার মানে কন্ডেনসেশন হচ্ছে
Hmm.
ব্যাপারটা হচ্ছে তো
Hmm.
এবার তুই একটুখানি ভেবে দেখ যে একটা দেখবি অনেক সময় পানের দোকানগুলো বরফ স্টোর করা হয়
Hmm.
পানার উপরে বসে থাকে পান খাচ্ছে ঠিক আছে অনেকগুলো চাই বরফটা তলায় রাখা থাকে সেখান থেকে মাছেরাও বরফ নিয়ে যাচ্ছে কেউ নিয়ে যাচ্ছে বরফ ওখানে জমা সব হচ্ছে right?
Hmm.
তুই বরফটাকে ছুস নি কিন্তু তুই জাস্ট বরফের দিকে এগোচ্ছিস তুই দেখবি তোর একটা ঠান্ডা অনুভব হবে এটা কেন হচ্ছে বা তুই গরম চা তুই কেউ দিয়েছে তুই চায়ের গ্লাসটা বা কন্টেনারটাকে ধরিস নি কিন্তু তুই দেখছিস যে তুই তুই হাত দিয়ে যখন ধরতে গেছিস তার আগে তুই বলে যে না এটা গরম হতে পারে
হ্যাঁ।
এটা তো কেন হয় তাহলে এখানে হচ্ছে এটা কি? যখন চাটা বা জলটা গরম রয়েছে when it is hot that heat is slowly getting diffused through the next air column that is surrounding the cup or the container, right? Similarly, when the ice is melting, the air column next to it, or the molecules that are surrounding it, which is obviously the air, right? They're absorbing the heat, the you know, what should I say? The heat is being absorbed from them by the ice, and they're getting cooler.
Yes.
And so, while you are approaching these objects, the air levels or the columns of air, they're cool, and that is how you know that okay, this is cold or this is cool. Similarly, the same thing happens when you have a hot teapot without even touching it from a distance, right? The air column is telling you that that thing is hot. Is that clear now?
Yes.
Okay. Now going back to Joule-Thomson effect, which obviously has an equation, which I'll be discussing later on. While the water was seeping through these orifices of the pot, the earthen pot, okay, so it is vaporizing. That means it is absorbing heat, as it is a phase change process. Agreed?
Yes.
And that is cooling the air column or cooling the earthen pot, and that itself, is cooling the water inside.
Yes.
So before the technology that comes to you at your face and tells you like, okay, I'm here, it is the simple observations. These experiences that mankind was having that led to science. Depending where the man lived and the requirements were, the science took shape. Right? Is that clear
Yes.
to you?
Yes.
Depending where the man lived, or the person lived, or where the woman lived, right?
Yes.
Let's call them Mr. X. Okay? The science changed. Their practices changed. Okay? If there was a requirement of a fridge or a fan or a heater, nature is designed in such a manner that they did it with experience, which is now called experiment. Right? It just did not happen like a magic wand. It happened over time. Right? Understood?
Yeah. Yes.
So we will dwell into this Joule-Thomson effect equation and the kind of problems uh, that are associated with that. Okay, uh, and we'll learn this how to solve these problems. Okay, in our next class. All right. As of now, I can say that if at all there is a question that can come in the competitive exam, they might just give you the Joule-Thomson effect equation and say identify the Joule-Thomson effect equation. Like they do, sometimes they don't go into the complications of the Schrodinger equation. Okay. Now, whatever you learn as a class 11 student, right, whichever board the students might belong to, they are learning the time independent Schrodinger equation. Okay. I mean the Irwin Schrodinger equation. There is also a time dependent Schrodinger equation, which you will be learning once you are crossing your BS and then you go for your MS and all these kind of things. Okay. Which is much more complicated. All right. So there are books then you have to study, which is mathematics for chemists, so that they can deal with this kind of complex mathematics. All right. Okay. So we will be doing one class which is entirely dedicated to Schrodinger equation in the coming week. Okay.